Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to episode 10. of
9.
The Great-
10.
I don't know what episode it is today, so I'm gonna just say it's episode 10. Alright. So, today we have a special guest over. Introduce yourself.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm Harrison Cardwell.
Where do you live?
I live in Venimo.
Address?
That's private information. I'm sorry. No, I'm 17 and I moved here to Sweden probably 3 years ago. And yeah, I'm American. And
What state?
okay, well, what state was I born? What state did I live in?
What state do you feel in your heart?
The fuck?
Do I? Okay. That's a long backstory, but my father lived up near Washington D.C., so on the East Coast, and he lived there for probably 3 years. And I would go. Me and my brother would go and live with him every summer, and that was probably my favorite place to live. So, but that has absolutely nothing to do with where I was born or where I lived before I moved here. So, yeah.
How does it feel like being Harrison?
In what context?
All context.
All context.
What are these goofy ass questions, bro? Like,
Um,
how do you feel? What is the state of your heart? And how does it feel like being Harrison? Like,
Madam, ask a better question.
yeah.
Okay.
You got me there, bro.
Okay. So I feel like I've had a pretty interesting life. I'm here like 3 years ago. I didn't know I was moving to Sweden, and now I'm here making a podcast with the gradient. So when I'm famous, people are gonna remember this. Okay, guys. No, I. That's such a broad question.
Okay, let's go specific.
Yeah.
How do you think about what do you think about IB?
IB.
How's
Okay.
your life been in IB?
I chose IB. First of all, before the year 9, I had no idea what IB was. And I chose IB because my future studies counselor, I don't know what you would call that, told me that I can either redo year 9 2 times because I don't have enough Swedish grades, or I can go to the IB program. And I was like, okay, well, I do not want to do this 2 more times. So I did the entrance exam, and I didn't know how hard it was going to be or even what it was going to be about. So I studied like 5 old national Swedish tests in math. And then I came here and I got to the test and it was like 3 times 3. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Anyways, I passed, of course. And now I'm here. The first year, I don't understand the point of pre-IB because none of it mattered. And this year is, yeah, it's like a 5 out of 10, I guess, so
what were
far.
your grades?
What my grades in last year or ninth?
9th grade.
I had 2 A's, a couple of B's, a couple of C's, and like 1 D.
And you had to redo.
Yeah, it's because I didn't have any Swedish.
Oh.
I needed more Swedish.
Oh, you got the line.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
So you got cooked.
okay. Well, if you want to say that.
But why are you here today, Harrison?
Why am I here? Because this podcast is all about diversity.
Yeah, but you requested.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that you had Karim on, and he's from Bosnia.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
might
he is
make
from Bosnia.
Somebody. Okay.
So what are these papers about? Like, what is this thing?
These are from the
I
imposter
feel like we're just
game.
throwing a ton of.
We
That's-
just
that's crazy.
Okay.
Also,
It's completely unrelated to what we're talking about.
do you guys hear the music?
Yeah, they're dancing
Yes.
in the
Like,
next room.
is the microphone's picking good? Check if the
Actually,
music is
let's
being
try.
picked up
Everybody
by-
be quiet. It's not gonna pick it up. It's not gonna pick it up.
Bro,
Okay, back to the Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah, why are you here?
I'm here because I first heard about this idea from Luke, and he didn't tell me this until after this whole thing was created, but I guess his original idea was to create some kind of political podcast with me.
yeah.
But I don't know if that would have worked out very well because me and Luke kind of always agree, and so maybe we wouldn't have the most interesting episodes. And then that kind of evolved into this, and ever since you guys started, I knew I wanted to be on it because why not? I mean, come on now. And so, yeah, I guess.
Now you're here.
Yeah, no, I asked during the summer if I could come on, and then,
It's been pending.
yeah,
And it's not sitting in consideration until
the wait is
now.
over, everybody.
Yeah, it is over.
Number 1 episode. I'm gonna make this podcast number 1 on Spotify.
You're gonna make great again?
Okay, I'm gonna make the gradient famous. I'm joking. I probably won't.
So
Will you sponsor us?
Oh shit! With what? Can I cuss on here? Is that allowed?
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
allowed.
yes.
I do plenty of times.
Okay.
But don't say the N word.
Or
I wasn't thinking about it.
I mean, haven't you said it before, bro?
Yeah, that's special.
why?
Okay,
Isn't
Why
that
is that?
discrimination?
against
Why?
two.
I believe in equity. Equality.
Equality.
It is a
Freudian
word.
slip.
I know equity too.
Yeah, equity is when some people get it.
No,
and not everyone.
that's inequality, bro.
No.
Equity. Okay. Everybody.
Equity
Is
is
it when people
they
that-
get it what's fair.
Yes, equity does not mean equal, but it's fair.
Yeah. So if I work 5 hours and I get 2 kroners, and you work 2.5 hours and get 1 kroner, that's equity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That was a
that's
really bad example though.
No, every
Okay,
small lander
whatever.
will get it.
I want equality. I want to say it.
No. So are we going to talk
Ah.
about politics?
Okay. Yeah. Any particular areas?
I don't really read the list, but Sebe did, right?
Yeah, I wrote the list.
Okay.
You
What
wrote
the
it.
list are you talking about?
You write everything, bro.
Subscript.
Like,
The subscript. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Trump?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to start on?
In what context?
Anything?
Okay. I was. How old was I? Now I can't do math suddenly.
Like 6?
What year are you
Don't
trying
say
to
it.
figure out?
No, I was 8 years old when he was elected for the first time. So it was 2016. And I had no idea anything about politics anymore. I knew he said really funny things. But I had absolutely no idea about politics. And then, but I knew that my mother worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign in our local area to call and raise money and get people to vote. So, of course, I was like, Trump bad, Hillary good, but I had no idea. Anyways, and then moving on, I guess when I first started to care and to listen was 2020. COVID, happened, but in America we were all locked down, and nobody could go anywhere, and so you had very limited things to do, and so I was like, well, why not look at politics? So I looked at what he stood for, and I don't align myself with him in the Conservative Party. But I think the way that American politics work is that it's not very efficient in letting everybody choose who they really want. Because here in Sweden we have what, eight political parties,
Yeah.
right? And so you can find one that's somewhat around what you actually believe in. But in America we have two. Well, three, but nobody really knows about the third
What's
one.
the third one?
It's called the Libertarian Party, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything false here, so you can go and research it.
But they are like liberals.
They,
Or are you like anarchists?
they, they're somewhat in between,
Also centrist.
kind of. I mean, they have different opinions, but you can think of them as like, obviously we have liberals on the left and conservatives on the right, and then you have the libertarians, which are somewhere around the middle. And I one of my friend's parents were libertarians, so it's not like nobody is, but it's very not popular at all. And so I lived in Arkansas, which is on the border of Texas, very south in the United States. And something if you go to America, you'll find is that politics in America is very regional. So the South, Texas and Mississippi and Alabama and Arkansas and Louisiana and Georgia and North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia.
Basically the Confederate States.
Basically, they're very conservative. But that doesn't mean that there's not parts of those states that aren't liberal. But overall, they're pretty conservative. And then you'll go up northeast, New England. And so, I mean, we have Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine and New York and Pennsylvania and, I'm not here to give a geography lesson. But those states are mainly liberal. And so it's kind of interesting how it really, I mean, I'm not quite sure if this same thing happens in Sweden, but where you are, regional, is what people think. And so, of course, I was in the South, and so people were conservative, and it didn't go along with what I personally thought, but it also didn't go along with who I was as a person. And so, for those reasons, I'm more liberal than conservative. But I wouldn't say that I'm completely 100% leftist. So yeah.
So like what would it translate to a Swedish party?
Well, see, that's different. That's a different, because for personal benefit, the people who are in charge right now are good for me and my family. But I don't know if I would vote for them if I wasn't doing what I was doing here. So, yeah.
Wait, who's currently the party in the?
What? The government?
Yeah.
It's the moderates, liberals, and Christian Democrats.
Yes.
And are they good for me?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, they are.
you have to make up your own mind about that. So you need to do your own research.
No, but politics takes a lot of time.
Yes, it does, but do you know what it makes? It makes educated people. So,
No.
Yeah, Gulen,
Not
you're not very
always.
educated, are you?
For example, Alex Jones. I think he researched politics a lot. I wouldn't consider
Yeah,
him
okay.
well educated.
but okay, then I guess it depends on the kind of politics you research, because he's a conspiracy theorist, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, he says crazy shit, okay? And he spreads misinformation. And I'm not here to say that one is wrong and the other one's wrong, okay? But really, the difference between educated people and not educated people is what you decide to educate yourself on and how you do it. So if you decide to listen to somebody like Alex Jones, who says fucking people are turning the frogs gay, and whatever,
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
you know, he has like so many famous quotes. But
He got charged recently for like $1 billion or something.
Why?
For, well, he said that a school shooting was just a conspiracy theory, and the people who were dead were paid actors.
And that can get you charged.
Yeah,
it's misinformation.
yeah, and it's
Ah.
also, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Guys,
Wait,
I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
How?
No, we're talking about politics.
We're talking about this random ass conspiracy theories, bro.
Yeah,
He's a
And how he got charged by for $1 billion for saying that school
I'm
shootings were
not
fake.
sure it was $1 billion, but
That was like whatever
William,
it was, bro.
I think he's a politician.
we would have to check.
A conspiracy theorist, a
Sources.
politician, bro.
he had
Don't
a
make
podcast.
me. I'm not gonna say that.
Munim, he had a podcast.
What?
Podcast, just like ours.
Yo,
Okay. But this is not what people want to hear. Okay, people want to hear me say something insane. Okay.
Harrison, what's a crazy thing? Okay, outside of politics, what's a crazy thing that has happened in your life that you like really vividly remember and want to talk about? Maybe in Berlin, maybe somewhere else. I don't know.
Okay. Well, but see, okay, what he's I don't know if you've talked about it on here yet.
That crazy story from Berlin.
But what I think you're referencing is the lady who came up to us.
Yeah, we
Right.
mentioned that.
And I suppose that may be a crazy thing here in this kind of area of the world. But where I come from, that is not crazy at all. We have people stand on corners and preach all the time. You can walk down the street and hear people preach all the time. And so, yes.
I was talking about the lady that went.
Oh, the crackhead.
Yes.
No, there's also lots of crackheads in America too. So, you know,
you know, I've seen
I love
several.
crackheads.
I've seen
What?
several videos of like New York,
mhm.
the subways,
Yeah.
and then what people do on the
Yeah.
subways. Like I've seen a video of someone doing a. Have they seen it? Have you seen it? Why are you laughing? Anyways, I've seen a video of someone doing a stripper pole dance.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a subway.
It's the land of the free, okay?
Maybe a little bit too free, if you ask me.
Can you
Where
can
do
you
you
go
draw the
deeper
line?
on that?
Munim, do you not like
Well,
freedom?
What?
Do you not like freedom?
Okay, that depends. All right.
Moonim.
So like,
Moonim.
like if you think about it, right? It's good to like be able to do what you want, but like there are just some things that like you just shouldn't be doing.
Would
Are-
you rather live in a world where every single thing you do was free and there was no laws or regulations or anything? Or would you rather live in a world where every single thing you did was regulated?
I'd rather live in a world where I don't need to be walking down the street and see a naked person punching a car.
Okay. Okay.
Like butt naked. Just punching a car. Just some random crackhead, bro. And
Okay.
yes, I have seen a video of that too. So
yeah,
like,
sure. Who do you think is to blame for that?
the crackheads.
But the butt booty naked one. Or was that the crack?
Do you
The butt
think-
booty naked one.
Do you think the naked person was in the right mind?
No.
Do you think they could have possibly been mentally ill?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's a bit unfortunate that they didn't have any help and they were on the side of the street or whatever, wherever you were saying?
I don't know.
So I think maybe if you don't want to see somebody naked who's, doing something harmful, then maybe look at the people who are in charge.
The politicians.
Yes.
Good. Why didn't you do something?
I'm not a politician.
Oh, you got the hat on though. You got the hat on.
Is communism bad?
Well, what do you stand for?
I mean, communism wasn't that bad though.
What should I ask
you name a
ChatGPT?
Can
Yeah,
you name a
please,
country,
Harry.
Munim?
Name a country that was communist in 2024.
That wasn't that bad.
Russia.
It's,
Pretty bad.
I mean, like, if you think about the concept of communism, right? There are no rich and no poor people.
Okay, here we go.
No one owns anything.
no one has incentive to work.
According to
Exactly.
ChatGPT, communism is a political and economic system where all property is owned collectively and everyone is meant to share resources equally with no private ownership of business or land.
Exactly.
And it's never been communism because it's always been like a party, like saying, "Oh, you need us so we can actually pull this communism thing."
Yeah, and like with Russia, right? They weren't entirely communistic because the government still like owned everything.
Yeah.
Even though communism is all about not owning everything and everyone has equal rights to everything, right?
Yeah, but that.
But like the government still decided how much was supposed to be produced of one thing, and that ended up Russia ending up with like basically a shortage of a bunch of things, which ended up in the Russian Revolution or whatever it was called. I don't remember. I'm not a big history fan. but,
What
like,
year was this?
I'm like I said, I'm not a big history fan, so I don't know the year either. So
What are you yapping about? Because
Bro,
the Russian
like-
Revolution was
like
what
after
led.
World War II, you know, so when Stalin was still in charge,
Yeah.
and then like because there was like a bunch of shortages on a bunch of things, and like food, people were starving. The Russians weren't too happy about that, and so they led an uprising, and like killed Stalin or something. I don't know.
Okay.
No,
that-
Stalin had a heart attack, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know, bro. I don't
So,
know that.
Hold on.
Yeah, but the thing
I'm
with
pretty,
communism.
bro. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere.
Alice,
No.
don't dominate discussions. Participate.
Yeah, but Munim,
Okay.
The thing with communism is that they say they will take power to then dismantle it. But what usually happens is when they have taken power, they just want to keep the power.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That like the
Examples that we have aren't good.
Yeah,
yeah, like the
Moonim,
the
I want you to
communism.
find me a country or a society that has had true communism. True.
I don't really know about that. Maybe like some kind of random ass tribe in the Amazon forest. You know, they probably have true communism.
I would bet if you took that tribe that we're talking about and took somebody out of it randomly and asked if they liked living in it, they would probably say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reason that people don't like communism is because we've never gotten to see. A large percentage of people have never gotten to see what communism actually is, because we've always seen somebody at the top who has made life terrible for everybody else. You're talking about Russia,
Yeah.
and yes, millions of people died and starved and froze to death.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because one person has the power, and one person is making the decision, and does not listen to the common people,
Exactly.
does not know what's going on. So that's why communism in that country didn't work, and people hated it. And then that hate spread because they saw everywhere else in the world saw what the people in Russia were going through, and they said, "Well, that's what communism is." And so we can't have that. And so now communism has a bad reputation
Yeah.
because somebody didn't do it right and didn't do it true to what communism is.
Yeah.
yeah, but do you really think equality is what's most fair?
In terms of what? Pay?
Anything, like everything, house, car.
No, I'm
Payment.
not. I don't support communism.
Madam, do you? Because you were talking nicely about communism.
But if you think about the concept of communism, it's a good idea.
No,
Because
yeah.
everyone doesn't deserve the same thing. Because if you put in low effort and someone else put in high effort, why do you deserve to be paid for the high effort? Which
It's
you
not a
didn't-
question about deserve, because in equality, it's not about deserve. It's like a basic. You just deserve it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Why would someone want to work?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. let me propose this. Somebody, a librarian, let's say, who puts books on shelves all day. I mean, they do more than that. I'm not,
Yeah.
but I'm saying basically checks out books and gets paid the same as a surgeon who just did a 16-hour surgery and saved somebody's life. But they know they're still going to get the same paycheck as this librarian, even though their work was more stressful, more intense, longer, harder than the librarian's work. How is that equal? But it is equal because they get paid the same. But that's not equal.
Equal output, unequal input.
Okay.
That's not,
Okay.
I just analyzed.
I think in a perfect world, that would be great. But we don't. But we don't because people get angry here in Sweden because they see people who use social money that they get and they don't work. Am I right?
Yes.
And then you have somebody who works, I don't know, overtime every day. And they're saying, why do I have to pay taxes and give my money that I earned to this guy who is just collecting social money and doesn't work? So no society is going to work like that. Okay, because then the people that don't have the opportunity to work, disabled people, mentally ill people, whatever, people who can't work, do they get nothing? Should they get nothing?
No.
So what's the answer then?
No
Some-
communism.
Something in the middle.
And what is that?
Social democracy.
So we have this thing in the middle, but people are still going to get angry either way. So there's no way to make absolutely everybody happy.
Yeah, but
Is-
I don't
is that-
think.
I think that's authoritarianism, right? Trying to make everyone happy.
Authoritarianism?
Utilitarianism.
I'm not sure.
We had it in economy class. What?
No. Yeah, but
Aw.
I don't think most people would probably not be angry to pay to like the disabled and the ones who cannot work. I think most people are angry that they pay to people who can work, that you choose not to.
Sure, I'm not speaking of Sweden right now. I'm
Yeah.
speaking in this country, this fake country that we have.
Fake?
Yeah, just
Imaginary
imagine this
country.
country.
Oh.
People will still get angry. Because people get angry, because that's just human nature. People are going to find something to get angry about and then get angry about it. And then that's going to spread. So somebody will always be angry.
We can't make everybody happy.
Exactly.
But you can make the most amount of people happy.
Yeah, you can try.
But
I
then
think that's the point.
Minority is gonna be sad.
Well, see, that's the thing. There's always going to be a minority. Yeah.
Ah.
Great. Okay. We started on Donald Trump.
Can we
Is
talk-
there anything that you guys would like to ask me specifically about Donald Trump?
How
What
do you,
is okay?
how do you feel he puts himself out on social media? How do you feel about it?
I think it's a bit polarizing how his social media. Yeah, how he does his social media, because I don't think we've had a president or a world leader before that has openly said all of their thoughts on social media, no matter what. Usually, they have somebody who does that for them. Like, they have this social media manager or somebody who will put out a post for them and make it sound like it's them, but it's not really them. And I'm not entirely sure if he has that.
If he has one, it must be really bad.
But I think half of what people think about his social media is this: we're still in shock because we've never seen this before. We've never seen somebody go on and say any number of the things that he said. I mean, I don't have a specific example. I can pull one up if you want.
Yes.
But, okay, hold on. Can we put in some, like, waiting music? Okay, guys. Are we back? We're back. He called Kim Jong Un Rocket Rocket Man, like the song
Yeah.
by that guy,
Elton.
Elton John. Sure, whatever. Okay, so we have not seen this before. This is crazy. So I think people think this guy sounds stupid. This guy sounds like he's not fit to be a world leader. Maybe because he says some of the things he does on social media. And then the other half is that he does truly just say things that are quite crazy, even for a president. So that's my opinion. Yes.
What would you do if you were president?
What would I do if I would not like to be the president.
No, but let's say you're president.
What
and
would I do if I was the
You
president?
have to mandate one law, and you can.
What? Okay,
One
that's not how that works.
But
But
imagine if it did work.
Yeah, you have to send a presidential
I'll
order.
I'll just say my an outline. If I was, I would.
Reinstate slavery.
No. I would reinstate the DEI programs,
Which was
diversity, equality, and inclusion, or equity, I think. So basically, companies can't discriminate against minorities just because they want to.
and they're allowed to now.
They are allowed to now.
And why?
So if you go work at, say, Walmart, they don't have to give you a fair shot because you're black or because whatever. Say that you were transgendered. They can say they don't want to hire you just because you are transgendered or black or gay or whatever. DEI prevents that. They say that's something that you, no matter the color of somebody or their sexual orientation or whatever, you should allow them the same chance that everybody else has. And so, but what they've done, what the government has done, I won't say it's Donald Trump himself, but what the government has done under Donald Trump is gotten rid of these things, gotten rid of these protections for people, like Roe v. Wade, taking away women's rights to health care. So, and a lot of people, when they ask me why I feel so strongly about the things that I do, is that they didn't live there during a time like that. And they didn't get to see how deeply people were affected by things like that, because they know, because people have daughters who are very young, who have been raped, who have been sexually assaulted. And now, because the government believes it's right, they have to have that baby. They have to have their rapist's baby and then potentially die because they're too young and their body can't take childbirth. Or, I mean, there's a whole string of issues that come from that. And so it's things like these that I would have to put back in, because to me, I feel like these are human rights. Everybody should get the same chance to be hired, no matter who they are. Everybody should get the health care that they want to have, no matter who they are. Because America is supposed to be the free country. It is supposed to be free, and you should be able to be whoever you want to be. But these people who say that they're making America good again, making America free, are doing the opposite. They're taking away rights from people. They're making it less free. And so I would have to make America free again. Bring back freedom for people to be who they want. Because that's what it's all about. America was founded on the idea of freedom, to get away from England, from religious persecution. We came here. Now, we made mistakes when we came here by getting rid of the indigenous population and relocating them. Yes, But we moved here. We moved to that country to become free. And what are we doing now? It's not free anymore. People can't be who they want to be. People can't move to America and be who they want to be. Like we did, the founders of America. And so you'll see that these people now who say that they are so pro-America and pro-American are actually the least American people because they've completely forgotten what this country was founded on. And so that's what I would have to say.
Ooh, that was cold.
Amazing speech.
Yeah. What do you think about RFK?
RFK.
Okay.
America's new health minister.
Yes, RFK. So basically, that's what he is. He's in charge of like health programs in America, and he's like the leader. Well, just to clarify, he did take heroin, right? Heroin
Yeah.
in high school.
And he come to the top of his class.
And endorsed it. On an interview, he said, "I'm not gonna even try to do the voice because it's impossible." He said, "I was at the bottom of my class. I was at the bottom of the class, and then I started heroin, and I went straight to the top."
How does that make sense?
And he is the person who's the image of health in America.
What?
Yes.
Is he the health something?
health
yes.
minister.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And he still recommends heroin.
I'm not gonna say that he has officially endorsed heroin.
But he hasn't condemned it either.
Sure. Yes. So
Why is heroin bad?
I don't really know why it's bad
Is
either.
that-
So
okay, heroin is a drug, we all know.
yeah. But like, what
And-
does it do? Effects on the body.
It breaks down. It breaks down your body.
Yeah, but isn't it like anesthesia? Because it is used in healthcare, I think.
Another chat GPT.
Okay. I will tell you the exact. Oh, now I've ran out of my free ChatGPT uses.
Yeah, but
so
just-
we can
You can
somebody
just
else.
Google it, because then you get the co-pilot.
Can we get this couch sitters to do it? Can you search what heroin does to the body?
What is her?
Okay, here we go. Medlineplus.gov.
Oh, well, never mind.
Heroin is a very addictive opioid drug. It's made from morphine, which is used in medicine, which comes from the seed pod of opium poppy plants. Whatever. What are the long-term effects of heroin? Problems could include liver, kidney, and lung disease, mental disorders, and abscesses. People who have injected the drug also risk getting infectious diseases such as HIV, hepatitis, bacterial infections of the skin, bloodstream, and heart. So, it's like, let's take this substance that feels good for a little bit, but a few years from now, you're going to look like that crackhead on the street.
Naked bang.
Who- naked,
The butt
that
booty one.
naked crackhead on the street who's punching a car because the drug has damaged their body so much that it can't even function normally.
Yeah.
Could you take it in like doses, like in a safe amount?
Yeah, because it's used in medicine.
Is it?
Ah.
Yeah.
People don't. Let's be clear. Because
Yeah, but
heroin, you have to get, that's something that you have to, legally, it has to be done by a doctor, right? And these people who do heroin are obviously not going to a doctor every time to get it. And so they get it illegally, which is often more dangerous because you don't know exactly what dose you're getting. You don't know exactly what's in the heroin. Why the hell are we talking about heroin?
because we're talking about Maha.
Oh, what, Maha?
Maha.
Make America healthy again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, bottom line, I think our RFK is a complete idiot.
But don't you think he's really fun? Because I follow him on Instagram, and sometimes he uses, his voice, and then he says something. And then he says
Is
something
that
about.
because the heroin?
Mm,
Smoking?
No.
I think he had a medical issue. Anyway, that's basically what he sounds like.
I think I'm.
I was in the bottom of my class, and then I started heroin, so then I got back.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
I feel like all health ministers are like kind of frauds.
Mm,
There's like a fainting. Someone who was like a health minister of Sweden, and they like fainted.
well, that's
Yeah.
because they had low blood sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't because she was unhealthy.
And there was like another health minister that was like fat.
The
Yeah.
reason that you feel that is because most times the health ministers are not medically trained people, not medical professionals. They don't actually know what's good for the body, but they're elected. So that's like, I mean, I could be elected health minister because I go to the gym and I eat healthy. But what the hell do I know? Nothing. And so I think that's kind of what happened here. And because same thing with Donald Trump, he says things that are funny, like you say, which is how they get so much attention from people. Is because
RFK is funnier though.
they say these things that are funny, and so maybe they would be really great comedians. But world leaders, I don't think so because they have so much responsibility. Is it a good time to be making jokes? No. So, yeah, that's what I think about RFK.
Moonim!
What?
You disconnected everything.
My fault.
It's okay, we can put like technical difficulties over this.
No, all the video recording now is gone.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
Okay, we have to do it again.
So where did we leave off?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he was a podcaster, public speaker, famously debated people. Famously said that if his daughter was raped, that he would make her have the baby. Went on numerous racist rants, including saying if the pilot of an airplane that he was flying on was a black female, that he probably would be
question.
concerned. Yeah. So, but he was a far right public speaker, basically. So he was right. He was doing just one of his shows in Utah at a university. Okay. And he was answering a question about gun violence. And to preface this, he said, quote, that gun violence was just a unfortunate side effect of keeping the Second Amendment right, which the Second Amendment states that we have the right to bear arms in America. And so he was saying that people dying from gun violence from being shot was just, it was sad. It's sad, but it's just something that we have to have, basically, is what he said. So he's answering this question about gun violence. And oh gosh, I believe it's something about the percentage of transgendered people who committed a mass shooting. And that's like, that's probably less than 1%, I would say. But again, fact check me, please. But he says, he picks up his microphone like this, and he says, "Not enough." And then he gets shot. And he's shot, and I'm sure, I mean, people have seen the video now. I don't know if you guys have. But he gets shot in the neck, in the side of his neck. And it hits an artery. And when you get punctured an artery, this is where the blood is concentrating in the body. And so we have large arteries, which are large veins that go through our body.
Yeah.
And so when you slice one, lots of blood comes out very fast. And it's usually really bad because there's only a certain amount of minutes before you bleed out and die. And he gets shot in one of these arteries. And we see him, and he clenches up, and he goes, and he falls off his chair backwards, and he's rushed off, and people are running and running. And then he goes to a hospital, and I find this out through TikTok. Like, I find out before it's announced that he died, I find out that he's been shot. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm not so surprised because it is America after all. But I'm like, there was assassination attempts on Donald, and they didn't happen. I mean, he's still here, and so I was thinking, I was like, he's gonna be fine, probably. And so I'm following the news, and he's at this hospital, and they say he's in critical condition, and then it was like 10, and I went to bed, and I'm still thinking, I'm like, he's probably gonna be fine, and then I wake up and I find out he's dead, and it's this feeling, like, it's just this wow, like whoa, and then people come out, and you hear a bunch. First of it's conspiracy theories about who the shooter is, and it's people are angry, obviously, and so. But I'm not gonna say that what happened to him was right or that I endorsed it, because I don't, because I think gun violence is terrible, and I think nobody deserves to die like that, and nobody deserves to be shot and killed. On the other hand,
Hitler.
On the other hand,
I do not have the same sympathy as other people do because of the things that he was promoting. Especially him saying that gun violence, victims from gun violence, was something that we needed to have. So does that mean if this happened to another politician, would he say, well, that's sad, but it
needs
is
to
what
happen.
it is,
Wait,
Would
wait.
he say that?
So he endorsed gun violence
and
then became a victim of it.
he endorsed gun rights, so people being able to purchase guns
Yeah.
and protect themselves. And he said that gun violence was just a side effect.
Yeah, so and then he became a victim.
Then he
Yeah.
became a victim of gun violence.
That's crazy.
And so,
Talk about karma. That's
right.
karma right there.
So if you believe in that kind of thing, you can say that. But there are so many shootings that happen every day around worldwide, and especially school shootings in America and mass shootings that people don't talk about at all. Like during that day, there was a school shooting. Nobody talked about it. A few months prior to this, two politicians were shot in their home, and they were Democrat, so they were on the other side of Charlie. The president didn't talk about it. Nobody talked about it. You guys didn't know about it, did you?
No.
No.
But you guys know about Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. That's the amount of publicity for this is unfair. It would be fair if every single shooting we had and every single person that died got treated the same as he did now. But that's not what's happening. People are relating him to Martin Luther King.
I saw a picture like
People-
half a face of Martin Luther in it.
Yes, it's like, first of all, he was not a peaceful speaker. He preached violence. He preached harm. He preached religious harm about abortion, which people are very divided on that. But specifically, he said he was preaching that people who were raped, young women who were raped and who were assaulted, and they should have their babies. That is harmful. He's talking about how gun violence is just, it is what it is. And so why should I be so upset about somebody who says victims from gun violence is needed, who is actually a victim of gun violence? Why would I say that? Because then now I'm agreeing with him, because I don't care. I don't care that it was him that died. I don't care. I hate him. I hated him. But I don't think anybody should die from gun violence. And so I'm not going to say I'm glad he died. I'm not saying that. But I'm not sad.
You just don't care.
I care about stopping gun violence.
Yeah, but like in a matter of like more like you're like in the gray zone, you know? You're not sad, but you're not happy either. Because you don't believe that anyone should die from guns. But you're not sad that like he died
Sure.
Because he preached what happened to him.
about violence.
Exactly. And so and then it infuriates me how people compare him to other people like Martin Luther King. And people who say that people shouldn't die because of political opinions. Do you know how many people have died because of political opinions? Think about
It is.
now. It is.
recording.
It's recording now.
Recording with him.
Did you just switch seats? Okay.
Jim's not gonna notice.
I moved, blood.
I found slick.
Okay, sorry. This is probably not the most interesting thing to talk about. But yeah, think about the Jewish population. Hitler believed that the Jewish people was everything that was wrong with Europe and everything that was wrong with Germany. That's a political opinion. And 6 million Jews died from that. People die from political opinions all the time. Charlie Kirk is not special. He is just another one. And so if you want to stop that, if you want to stop people dying from political opinions, make a change. They're sending their thoughts and prayers, which I don't. I'm not going to discredit somebody for doing that. But that doesn't change anything. That does not change anything. Okay, we need to take action. But they won't, because they don't. That's not something that they stand for. So they're gonna say they see that he died. He's just another one of them, and life goes on. Even Donald Trump, everybody's seen the video. Donald Trump gets asked, "How are you handling Charlie Kirk's death?" And he says, "Pretty good." Stops, and then starts talking about the new fucking ballroom that's going up in the White House. He doesn't give fuck. Okay, guys, like this guy devoted his life, the second part of his life, to endorsing his idol, Donald Trump. And a few days after he dies, he's forgotten by him. So maybe we should take that as a lesson. So just to summarize, it's bad. But it's not bad because it was him. It's bad because it happened. It was even allowed to happen.
Well, what's your solution to the American gun problem?
Ban guns?
Yeah, but many countries have banned guns and still have criminals with guns.
But would it be as much?
At the same rate? How many school shootings has Sweden had over the past 20 years?
One.
How many school shootings has America had over the past 20 years? Hundreds. And I don't even, I'm making an
I
assumption.
think
that-
it's like around 200 per year.
so 200.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, it's 100 per year.
Yeah, 200 would be crazy.
So look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Even if we can cut that number down to 1 per year, we're making an astronomical difference from what we are doing now. But they just can't let go of that. They can't let go. The only right they don't want to let go of is the right to kill somebody else.
Well,
The-
Switzerland has a lot of guns, and they don't have the problem of mass shootings.
So,
Might
what is
be- might be
Switzerland's
a-
population?
10 million.
What is it, Matteo?
What's America's population?
300 million.
330 million. So
Yeah.
it's like
33 times, but they don't have school shootings in Switzerland.
look at how their political system works.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh, yeah,
banning
they-
guns is the solution because people are gonna get illegal goods from somewhere.
Sure, of course, of course. Hold on. That is true. That is completely true. But the accessibility
Yeah, I think
to commit a school shooting would go down. Because instead of that mentally ill adult who can go into the gun shop and buy one and kill a few hundred people or 50 or whatever, they wouldn't be able to do that. And so those people get to live. And so yes, even making guns illegal will still result in people doing it illegally. The percentage of gun violence will go down.
I'm not sure because look at countries like Mexico and Colombia. They also have huge gun problems, even though guns are very restricted.
In what category?
Like gang.
Gangs.
Yeah.
Yes. So they have a problem with gangs. I'm not saying every country that bans guns is perfect because it's not.
Yeah, I think the problem is mentally ill people.
And how would you propose that we solve that?
Well, most school shooters happen by a student or former student. So they could focus more on taking care of those people.
That's
How-
that's good. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So what if we made guns illegal and did that?
What about the budget?
What
Yeah.
budget? What budget? Budget.
How are we gonna afford all?
Yeah, America spends
Afford.
the most money on school.
Taking all the guns.
You don't need to pay people to take guns away from them.
I heard that they did a thing where they like give in your guns, we'll give you $500.
You can.
Still,
They can do that, but that's
Ah.
not how I would do it.
How
Yeah,
would
but
you
how
do
would
it?
you ban them? Because people will still own
I would
them.
say that people need to give up their guns, give up their weapons,
Yeah,
And
but
how are you gonna retaliate against them if they're like, no?
take it away.
yeah, but how would the police react if you have a weapon and you're willing to use
No,
it?
okay, no one's stupid enough to risk their life against like 50, like 10 fives.
There are a lot of people who are willing to do that.
This brings up my next point, which is America needs to have a revolution. But okay, no, I'm not. That's a conspiracy.
The
I'm not
second
gonna be a
American
conspiracy theorist.
evolution.
So,
Evolution. That's crazy.
but looked at see, history repeats itself. We know this. Look, the same things that they were talking about in the 60s and 70s in America is the exact same things we're talking about now. Protests, protests, protests. Okay. It's repeating itself. So yes, there will be a time in the future where we make a magnitude of progress. And we just need people to get out and speak for it, like we did before. And it's even easier now because now we have this thing in our pocket that we can talk to 100 different people at once on. 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people. So what's happening? Why aren't we doing it? People are trying. And it'll just take time. And so I don't think America's a hopeless country, even though I feel that a lot. I just think that we need time, and difference will happen.
Yeah, I
Yippee.
agree. Mattia had something to say, but do you want me to say it for you? Too late.
Now say it anyway. Say it anyways.
It was about the gun thing. Like Sweden has the most guns per capita, but we don't sell it to our people. We sell it to foreign countries.
Mm.
and we always sail to both sides to keep us neutral.
That's going to change. I
And
hope
that's
you
not
know
true.
that.
We don't sell weapons to Russia and North Korea.
No, but sometimes.
Yeah, we did that during the Second World War, but like,
We can talk. We can.
Yeah.
I know quite a bit about this.
I wanna hear.
Okay, I'm not official on how much I can say, but I will just say that the reason that I moved here has a lot to do with the defense of Sweden. And I'll let you in on something here. Can I hear the water?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the pipe.
there's a water pipe right there.
Okay.
So every time someone does it goes down.
I'll let you in on something. Okay. Sweden has been neutral in the past and hello and
Knock in.
and afraid. They've been afraid to make any drastic measures. Okay. Not anymore. Not anymore. Sweden, the Swedish politicians, the people who are in control, are extremely scared. Extremely. They are doing every single thing in their power to make Sweden stronger. A stronger military. So they're taking orders of tens of thousands of weapons of all kinds. And it'll change is going to happen very soon. And it'll be interesting to see. But the state of the world right now is so close to conflict everywhere. Look what happened in Poland.
What happened?
They had to shoot down or some Russian aircraft that were
Oh,
flying.
drones.
Oh yeah.
Yes, drones. That's crazy because that is an act of war. And then and so it's very scary how close we are to conflict, to World War III. And now, but things have changed, and that we've created NATO, and so the way that war happens will be different. And especially because we have technology that didn't exist when we had our last World War almost 100 years ago. But I'm just saying that Sweden doesn't talk much about it now, but they're very scared. And they're scared of what's going to happen. And they feel that maybe one day they will have to fight. Soon.
You would rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
What, bro?
Was that tough?
No, that was
No.
not tough. But you know, I find it crazy that we're getting. How do I explain it? Like, classified information? I don't know. It's not exactly classified, but like
This is not classified. Well,
it is not classified. It is not classified. Do not.
What do you mean? Oh,
airstrike us
well,
or something.
Harrison.
can you say anything that's
Yeah,
classified?
but it is certainly some
I
kind of
think I
information.
would feel that I would make the people who might listen to this who know me very angry if I did that. So
Oh, but
I'm
then
not
you
going
don't have to say it.
Yeah, but I find it strange that this little podcast has this type of information. Just some random ass podcast. Not like even a big one. Like I don't know any big podcasts, but like
Joe
just
Rogan.
yeah,
Take
Joe
two.
Rogan. They don't even have access to like this type of information. Kind of maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen
It's
any
not
of them.
really a secret. Sweden has been spending much more on army.
Well, I
if you
certainly
if
didn't
you
know
look
that.
it up, you'll find it. You'll
And we
find
also joined NATO, which is a big indicator because Sweden usually doesn't want to be in alliances.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, there's much more that I can't say
Yeah.
at all, but yeah, it's a little worrying.
Have we talked about the economic state of the world?
Shut the fuck up, Gullis.
Economics of the world, I don't know.
we've already done a bit of the political.
We were gonna talk about a story.
Yeah, Harrison, tell the story.
Yes.
I have stories. Okay.
Wait, Munin, press the culture clash intro.
What culture clash intro, bro? Which one is that? This one?
Yeah, the green one.
That is not the right one, bro.
That works.
But
Gradient grooves.
bro, you're wrong. You've been wrong every single time so far.
The yellow one.
Culture is culture clash.
That is not yellow, by the way.
As.
Okay. Culture clash. So. Okay, I'll tell it. I have a very long story, but I'll shorten it. And it might. It's a little interesting. Okay, and that I moved here, obviously, and when I moved here, I became friends with this person, this best friend. I had this best friend. And we were best friends for probably a month before this happened. And so this best friend, who at the time had a girlfriend, they're not listening, I promise. But, can I say this? What if they listen to this?
No one listens this long.
Okay.
No one except from this school, bro. And people who know us.
No one listens this long
Except
into
for
the
Nika.
podcast.
I don't care.
That's crazy.
I really don't care. This best friend that I had started to act kind of differently towards me. And so, I'll summarize at the end why this is very different from how Americans are. But started to act very different. And I remember we would have sleepovers all the time, and the first party that I ever went to was here in Sweden. And so we get to this party, and they're not drinking, and I am, of course, because I love it. But whatever, it's great. I drink so much, and then we get back to their house, and they ask if I want more. And of course, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? And so I take another drink, and then I black out. Which is terrible advice. Don't do that ever. And so I'm out for like maybe 15 minutes, and then I wake up, and they're like hugging me, and like being very close and affectionate.
I
And
think I know where this is going.
and I was like, this is really weird because we had never talked about this kind of thing before, me and this person. And we never had crossed that line, and we were supposed to be just friends, right? And so, whatever, I'm like, I was drunk, maybe I didn't see it clearly, maybe whatever. And so the next time we have a party, I'm sleeping at their house again, and it happens again. And I don't black out this time, but they start acting very affectionate. And
Were they also drunk?
yeah, this time they were.
The guy or the girl?
What are you talking about?
Wait,
Was it
thought
your
you
I
friend?
also- I
Was
also-
was it the girlfriend?
I also want to
No.
clarify this. Is this like two guys or like your best friend and the girlfriend? Because like,
No, there's no girlfriend.
Oh,
No
it's
girl-
only
He
your
had a
friend.
girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
I
thought-
context.
wait, a friend who is a girl.
No,
No,
my
it's
best
not.
friend.
Okay,
Bro,
So it's a guy friend
It is a
hugging
guy
you.
friend. Yes.
He has a friend that's a guy who has a girlfriend. At
Yes.
the party, was his girlfriend there?
Yeah, it was her party.
Yes. Okay.
okay, wait. So you, two friends of yours,
No, me and one other friend.
your
Right.
best friend,
When
Yes.
he
Yeah.
fell asleep,
Went
woke up
to-
with the guy next to him. Not
and
the
you
girl.
went to this best friend's girlfriend's party.
Yes.
You drank a bunch,
Yes.
went back to his house,
Yes.
and you black out,
Yes.
and wake up with this guy hugging you. Only
I
one.
didn't
only,
say hugging. I didn't say hugging, but
yeah,
I
but
would-
like next to you, like cuddling with you.
sure, yeah.
And it's only one guy, right?
Mhm.
Okay, not two guys.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was the girlfriend first.
Yeah, me
I thought,
too.
I
come
thought
on.
you said them. At the like when you were
Yeah,
talking
you
about
said
it.
them.
I didn't want to specify the gender of the person.
Oh, okay.
but it's a guy.
Just because I don't want to call anybody out. But
How often does it happen that people just hug you when you're blackout?
well, so continuing the story, continuing. So we have this party. Anyway, it just gets it gets more and more and more, and he's like he's cuddling me when I whatever, and then some pretty crazy non-friend stuff happens, and so you can probably fill in the blank. No, not like okay.
Right. What did he do? What did he do? Repeat the action. Repeat the emote. Do the emote.
Not
Alright.
okay, not like that far, but I would say things that
Friends wouldn't do.
yeah, at all. Friends with a girlfriend, especially. And so whatever. And we never talk about it. And he never talks about it. He acts like this is normal. And he still acts like he's my best friend. And I'm like, all of that shit that happened is like not real. It's like so because
I mean nothing to you?
because I think Swedish people have this tendency to not talk or open up about how they feel. They're very closed off people. They're very, I mean, like, it's like you wouldn't sit next to somebody on a bus willingly, would you?
That actually happened to me.
See? Because they're afraid, because they don't want to talk to that person or they don't want to interact. They're very closed off. They're very antisocial. And this goes with every Swedish person that I've met.
But
And
do you want to talk with people on a bus?
if we were in America, yeah.
Oh.
People just sit down and like, hi, how are you doing? How was your day? Where are you going? What are you doing? And it's not this like creepy thing. It's like just conversation.
Like, even if you sat down and it's like an old person, like a
Yeah.
50-year-old man.
Yeah. You could ask for some wise knowledge.
Yeah. See, this is a weird concept for you, but so that's what I'm thinking. That's like, and also that would never happen in America. This situation with me and my best friend would never happen
Why? Oh, because he wouldn't be closed off. He would. talk
because
about
he
it.
wouldn't. Because then there would be some sort of communication. So
Okay, what happened after?
we're still friends. We're still best friends.
You still talk to him?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
And has he opened up
No.
about it?
He still has his girlfriend, and his girlfriend does not know. And so, and I think I probably know more about him than his girlfriend does.
Ooh.
Is he still your best friend?
One of,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, now that Harrison has talked about a little bit of this story time, I'm wondering if I should also share something.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, please.
A little about my experiences whilst I was young.
Is it the forest one?
How'd you know?
I do not know about the first one though. I want to know.
I don't think Harrison knows either.
No idea.
Okay. So this was like back when I was like really young. Like I think I was like
6.
no, I was like in
7?
I was like in first no, I was like in first grade when it happened. So like however old you're
Yeah,
supposed
then
to
you
be.
are 6, 7,
They're 6?
or
Alright.
7.
Okay.
I was probably
You were
7 years
young.
old at the time then.
Yeah.
Cause like, yeah, basically, I was just in the forest outside of my house, like most 7 years olds do, just wandering around in the forest alone. And I start hearing noises, right? Just in the forest, over a hill. So I decided to go check it out as a curious little 7-year-old. And what do I see over the hill? A bunch of dudes fucking.
I'm sorry. What country were you in?
I was in Sweden at the time. So yeah,
How many dudes?
there was like 4 dudes.
Like out in a field?
Yeah, just like in the middle of the forest.
Was there like any house around?
There were houses around because I don't wander that far into the forest. Sometimes, at that age, I was like pretty nearby the house because like the hill is like right on the other side. Like right behind. Like imagine the house is right here, yeah. The hill is here. I'm like on the hill,
Mhm.
and the guys are like right here,
Mhm.
fucking.
So how far from your house?
Probably like 20 meters.
How did you feel when you came up upon these people
Because-
having
So
fun?
like I was 7 years old, so I
Yeah.
had no idea what the fuck I was seeing.
Okay.
And it has just been like a suppressed memory just in the back of my
Yeah.
mind, which I remembered
Yeah.
like 3 months ago.
Did
And
that
it just resurfaced, and I was like, wait a minute.
did that change your perspective on homosexuals?
I mean, not really, but I was like, just a little bit weirded out that I just had an experience like that when I was 7 years old, just stumbling upon an orgy in the middle of the forest at the age of 7. Like, yeah,
That's pretty weird.
exactly. So like, why does that even happen to a 7-year-old?
I feel like they didn't really mean for you to see it, Munim.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, I
they
don't
shouldn't
think you
even
were the
be doing
intended
it.
audience.
They
Yeah,
shouldn't even be doing it in a forest in the first place.
Yeah, and Munim said they were 20 meters from his house.
Yeah, like they weren't even that
That's not far.
Yeah, 20
Yeah,
meters, so
they
could
were
easily
they were
see
doing
it.
that on purpose at that point. Like they
Maybe
should have
that's the
gotten a
thing.
room or something. Like
Did you ever think about maybe that's something that they like?
They like being seen.
yeah, probably. But like
They like the being scared
yeah, but
of
like
being seen.
yeah, but like now that I think about it, I don't even think they were that old either.
How
Like I more memories are resurfacing. like they looked pretty young too,
Like
teenagers. So like
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
then.
so like yeah, so a bunch of teenagers just fucking in the forest.
So four
Four
teenage-
guys.
Four
yeah,
teenage guys.
so, and that probably also makes sense why they were doing it in the forest. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like they don't got their own house and they don't want to do it like
And what town was this?
it was like in the morning.
What town?
Oh, town. Yeah, it was. I think I lived in. What town did I live in at the time? I think it was Irkutsk that I lived in
Okay.
at the time. So,
Okay.
Can we have
But,
a gradient trip there? Like find
to the
And do
to
what?
the forest. You want to go to the forest where they fuck, bro?
yeah, maybe find some.
I like the
find-
fucking. I like the forest. The forests are very big, very nice.
Yeah, but like,
They are good. People can see. That's what I like.
yeah.
I like that. You know what I don't like?
What?
blacks.
Those forest monkeys.
Was it round enough?
we need to end with something really fucking crazy.
Yeah, Munim's story.
Not crazy enough, guys.
Bro, how is a bunch of teenagers fucking in the forest not crazy enough? Like,
Guys, I have an idea. Should we all go to a forest sometime?
alright.
Okay, next episode is going to be the forest collab. And I don't maybe it probably won't be allowed on Spotify, but maybe like an app that's like orange and
So that was interesting episode. Interesting episode 10. And can you shut the fuck up? Anyway, so like
6, 7. Aaron said, "Do not find that enjoyable."
Okay, how about I end it?
yeah,
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
This was really great. Big waste of my fucking time. Okay, here 2 fucking hours. Okay, I won't get home until 8 o'clock.
Yippee.
So thank fuck.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Great episode. The best
Hooray!
episode of the podcast ever. It will be big. Everybody will watch it.
Bigger.
Thank you.
Munim, say it.
Bigger.
Say what?
Bigger.
No.
Okay.
That has been episode 10, and
I think we have 3 outros.
we will
Okay. Bye.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
We haven't
horrible
sung
outro,
Happy
gang.
birthday for Harrison yet.
Oh.
Happy
Okay.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
You guys sharing these notes.
So once Do it! No! No! You just need the information.